Eventually, my mother got word to me. A little letter was delivered by one of my friends, found me. And my mom said, look, you've tried everything else. Why don't you just try saying a prayer? How about? Now, my mom had given up her preaching career many years before. I guess when I was about 18. She had given it up because it didn't work. You parents and grandparents have to learn something. Talk is cheap. And after a point, you're not going to get anywhere with it. But prayer is not. So although my mother had given up her preaching career, she certainly hadn't given up her praying career. She prayed the Rosary every day for 20 years. And my mother said, why don't you try saying a prayer? And she had enclosed a little prayer card in there, picture of the Blessed Mother, and the back it had the Hail Mary. Now, I grew up in a Catholic family, went to Catholic schools, and I had forgotten how to say the Hail Mary. And so I read it off the prayer card. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Once a day, not twice, not 3 times, once a day. No religious fanaticism for me. Well, a while later, another communique came from Mom. This time said, why don't you come home? You're living out there in a very foolish way. It's dangerous. Come home. You'll have time to think. So my mom sent me a one-way ticket to go home. Moms aren't stupid, you know. She didn't send me no round-trip ticket. Didn't send me any money, that's for sure. One-way ticket, and I went. And I got there, and things immediately went from bad to worse. I thought all hell was on my back. You see, the devil, in case any of you don't believe in the existence of Satan, you better start believing. Somebody, some smart guy, liberal theologian one time said to me, you ever seen him? And I said, without batting an eye, many times. And I am deadly serious. Oh, I can go into the street, and I can take an outright pagan out of the street. I can take a Hell's Angels motorcycle guy high on methamphetamine who'd kill you as soon as look at you and ask him a serious question. You believe in the devil? He said, you darn right I do. Sometimes they have more faith than we do. In any event, it was a good thing I went home. Now, my mother's house was a very small, poor, modest house. But my mother's little house had more holy water in it than any 5 churches. My mother's house had more crucifixes and statues and pictures of the Blessed Mother. I want to tell you what, if the devil walked in there, he in trouble. Now, that was a good place for me to be. And so there I was, and I suffered, and he came at me. And the temptations to suicide, which I'd had for years, were absolutely overpowering. It was terrible. It was such an oppression. I kept up that Hail Mary every day. That one Hail Mary a day turned into the Rosary every day. One night I lay down on the edge of death, I'm sure. And I said to God, Lord, I don't even know if you're real, but if you are, you better help me, and help me now, because I can't go on. I had totally lost hope. That night I had an experience that I cannot explain and won't even try to. It's beyond my ability. Peace. Deep, penetrating, all-encompassing all-encompassing, pervasive peace. I couldn't move. I was captured by peace. And when I was released from that beautiful peace early in the morning, I knew one thing. I knew God's name. It was an interior knowing. No preacher had preached it to me. I hadn't read it in a book. I knew it from the inside out. God's name is mercy. That's what I knew. God's name is mercy, and I cried, and I cried, and I cried. I knew God loved me.